Welcome back. Welcome back, WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. Uh, you guys aren't subscribing and rating and reviewing us, but that's all right. Look for us on YouTube too. Stephen Coast, we got here.
Back in our normal time slot today.
Yeah, Thursday, TNF.
I didn't
Uh,
realize there was a
yeah, this is a barn burner. Bears Seahawks. This game's brutal.
big game for the Hawks, right? They're alive.
Yeah, I think they need to win and they
Anyways,
need the Rams to lose, I think. I don't know. I guess I don't really care too much, but
the Rams are 9-6 and they're 8-7 or something. I don't know. That division's can't keep it straight. But I
yeah,
think
how the
Zona and the
Rams
Niners are out of it.
Yeah. How the Rams, what a weird team. Like they beat
Dude,
us
they
and they like
they score 44 against us and they win 12-6 and 19-9 their next two games. It's kind of hard to believe, but I think our defense is also really not great. As much as
you
I try to find silver linings, it's kind of tough to do. But we've had a lot of injuries, so that's what I'm going with this week.
silver linings. Yeah, so we last week, oh man, that was bitter cold game. That was the coldest day in
Yeah,
Buffalo in 2 years. I mean, that had to have been a top 10 cold game. It was freaking frigid out.
yeah, it was single digits, and I don't know, man. The team's coming off a 4 week stretch of just huge games, national TV, game of the week, and then you come home, and then the game's not meaningless, but in the back of the mind, these guys probably feel like, well, what are we playing for here? It's 0 degrees. The Patriots are a joke, and they were asleep, but
Yeah, it was definitely a
got
letdown
it
game.
done.
I mean, we probably could have used a different quarterback, but that's all right. Our defense on third and fourth down was atrocious. I mean, just
Worst in the
horrendous.
league. Worst in the league. Like literally one of the worst in the league. I saw it today. EPA and stuff on third downs is 32nd, 31st in the league. They're so bad. They can't get pressure with their
Expected
front four.
points.
I don't know
That's
what
a
that stuff
subjective.
means, but
It's subjective, but
it's
I
got
know
to be
my beer.
formulaic in nature.
I guess I know my beer was frozen. Couldn't even drink it. It's like
I
a
just,
block ice.
you're getting sliced. Two straight. We gave up six consecutive touchdown drives between the fourth quarter of the Lions game and then Drake May first two drives just
Yeah,
marching on us.
I'm sitting there in the first quarter. I'm like, what the? Looking up the scoreboard. I'm like, what the fuck?
We got a third. We scored. They had two or three third downs on the first drive, and third and like seven, and bring the house, and he hits tight end for the first down, then the
Yeah,
touchdown
those
to.
tight ends, they were eating us alive. And they only
But
ended up with like five catches, and they were all probably like third or fourth down and eight.
yeah, yeah, they were, and yeah, it's so frustrating. Inspector was like just so bad out there. I think he got hurt and eventually left the game, but when he was in there, he was a liability. And then Dorian, they're saying they're like, oh, we're gonna platoon Dorian and Spector. Why? If Williams is healthy enough to be active, why? Especially the way we handle injuries, I would have thought they could have just. I don't know. It just seemed like once he was playing every snap, things got a little bit better. But the defense really just sucked the entire game, start to finish. Just terrible. The Patriots didn't they have a 99-yard touchdown drive in the fourth quarter, and they scored like three times inside the 10. I don't know. On that one drive, just piss poor.
Yeah, there's like a lot of flag. Oh yeah, fucking five gets
Oh yeah,
called. He just keeps getting called for flags. I mean, the first one, I thought that was a terrible call, but
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Second one was real bad though. Just never turned around and looked for the ball.
yeah,
First one was pretty weak. We had 13 penalties, so it was really just a complete no show. But luckily, the our boy Van Pelt drew up the backwards pass to the running back in 0 degree weather In the whole second half, no footing was a problem. Holding on to the ball, we fumbled on like two consecutive plays and recovered them both. And they're calling this backwards pass inside their own 10. One of the most comical plays I've ever seen.
I'm like, I mean, I think that was the opposite end zone. So I mean, that's far away from where I'm sitting, and I'm just like, there's no way that could have been a backwards pass. They couldn't have been that dumb. And it's
Yeah.
just like, what? Like even the defensive players were kind of like, oh, I'm going after it, really.
Well, Rousseau like slipped and fell and then couldn't like change direction. The footing on the turf was terrible. Guys were slipping, couldn't cut. I mean, it was a mess out there. Was it raining or just freezing? The
No,
whole field was probably just ice.
raining. It
Or
was
not
3 degrees.
raining, precipitating. It
No, there
wasn't.
was no precipitation. The
Yeah.
problem, probably, my guess would be, as someone that knows everything, it was super sunny all day. So
Oh yeah.
maybe there was condensation on the field that
Yeah.
froze.
It was
So
slick out there.
that's probably what it was because it was very. That's why tailgating was fine. I felt fine
Right.
tailgating out there for 5, 6 hours, and then the sun is gone, and then there was no wind, but it was just fucking. It was cold.
I checked the temperature like midday, and the real feel was like higher than the actual temperature because of the sun and stuff. But you're right. Maybe
And the
I don't know.
whiskey and
Yeah, that too. But I mean, regardless, man, you can't let Drake. Man, Drake May. I thought he looked decent. I'm still not sold. I mean, I don't know how much different he looked than Mac Jones. He didn't really do much with his legs. His touchdown pass on the first drive is the easiest. People like love the a great pass. It's the easiest pass a quarterback can throw. It's literally no pressure whatsoever. You just it's a 50-50 ball. You just throw it up the sideline. So, but he made some good plays. What do you think
he
of
had
him?
one good run. The interception he had, I mean, that was horrible. I mean, Allen's interception was bad too, but at least he ran it out of the end zone. I'm like, what the what is the guy
What would you
doing?
have preferred Allen done on that play?
Well, throw the ball to someone that could catch it. But I didn't mind. It was one of the classic
It was third
Allen
and 17.
punts,
Just
3rd and 16. Yeah, it was a punt interception. It worked out great because he ran out of the end zone,
yeah.
went to the one. But
I know. Well, I mean, right. Ideally, you find someone open for even if it's a 10-yard gain, you could try a field goal. But once no one's open, I don't. I much prefer a dude to just chuck it into the end zone and hope, especially with. I felt like every single pass downfield New England threw was a flag or a catch. I mean, there was just so many penalties on our defense. Oh,
yeah, there were a lot of penalties. So it's going to be Colts at Bills. Is that am I reading the
uh, I don't. I think it's Denver most likely right now because
but
KC is going to bench everybody next week.
but Denver they play Cincinnati?
Yeah, but all they got to do is win one or two, and they got 10 wins. So, and if they
But they
beat,
don't have the tiebreaker.
yeah, but Indy can't win 10 games. So if they
Yeah, so yeah, Cincinnati, they're going to lose to Cincinnati.
right,
Isn't
but then
that?
if they beat the Chiefs' second stringers, they're in. They're the 7th seed.
Oh, Colts need them to lose
They need Denver to
both.
lose. Yeah,
Oh, lose both. Okay, that's what I overlooked. I thought
yeah.
it was
So
one loss.
so KC winning yesterday was actually good for people like me who are like petrified of Cincy. Cincy's Cincy making it now would be a miracle. With the two team, I mean Miami's two opponents, Indy's two opponents, Denver playing backups like for
Yeah, so
Indy and Miami. Yeah,
Cincy needs Miami and Colts to lose a game and Denver to lose
lose
two
both
games.
games.
How do
Lose
they?
both games.
Yeah, so they need 4 losses and they need two
Yeah,
wins.
yeah, because I think
Although
they're like
they control one, so they need one win. They need one win and three
yeah.
losses.
Well, they need to win. Yeah, so they win their two, and then Indy loses out, Miami loses out, and Denver loses to KC's backups. I think is what they need. I think
I
they got
mean,
like less than a 10% chance or something. But
Kansas City's backups could probably win the Super Bowl anyway. So
well, if they get all the fucking the call. I mean, yesterday was the first time I watched
Steelers,
KC and thinking that. Wow, they actually dominated a game. I mean,
I didn't
Russell
even watch
Wilson
the
is
game. I was just
abysmal.
check. I was like you. I was just watching GameCast, checking GameCast, and
Well, I
I
actually
saw like
watched the game.
4th and 1s, and got called for holding. Like the game went the Steelers' way. The Steelers just suck.
Yeah, Wilson. I mean, he holds on to the ball for like forever. So many sacks and just. I mean, he's a joke. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're kind of the team that we all thought they were when they were 9-2 or whatever. But KC did kind of manhandle them, and not really what you want to see. But but Houston, no, like I mean, they could have lost that Houston game, and Houston is garbage.
Yeah, the quarterback is not impressive to me at all. At least this year. I don't know.
No, he's shocking. There's film out guy's second year, and he's
He has a
not as good.
meltdown because his
Well,
player gets hurt. Like, I mean, you played football your whole life. I'm sure you've seen bad injuries.
I didn't see the injury live, and then I caught it after the fact, and I saw him getting like wheeled out in ambulance or whatever that was, and Stroud crying. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I didn't realize it was just a knee injury. Thought we had paralysis like situation or something, but I don't know. I mean, whatever. I mean, regardless, they sucked. 31-2. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Incredible.
I don't know how you don't score any points.
Yeah, I mean they had chances too. They just couldn't punch it in, and the
And
defense. I
these
mean,
fucking games on Netflix. The NFL. I mean, everyone's like, oh yeah, the NFL never get too fat and eat itself.
oh
But
yeah,
I mean, it's coming. It's got to be. There's just games. There's too many games all the time. And my
Wednesday,
fucking
Thursday.
I'm in the fantasy championship. I'm on this sleeper fucking app. They didn't change the waiver wire, and the waiver wire's Wednesday night. So I couldn't even pick people up for the championship. I, am I living like in Bizarro world? It was
Yeah, tough weekend to have it, or a tough week for the Wednesday nighter fantasy championship week. That's
so
I bet you there's a lot of people out there that just like fucking forgot to do shit.
I don't know. People in championship usually are paying attention,
Hopefully
but
not, but you never
I
know.
couldn't even get the waiver wire was not done. So I don't know. I mean, no one cares,
So
but I couldn't pick up a defense. I couldn't change. I don't know.
you have them for the weekend, right? Like
Yeah, but what if
you just couldn't.
what if my
Yeah.
starter? Okay, I could have benched him, I guess. I mean, now you have to really think like I'm doing chess here. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Whole thing was strange. Just change the waiver wire when the fucking games are on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Is there a games? Are there games Saturday too?
Yeah. So there's games
Jesus.
again. So there's games Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
The Monday too? Oh damn. So this would be the last Monday nighter. Ah.
Or is there not a Monday night game? No,
Nah,
there's
I
got.
think there's got to be because what? Yeah, because we played Monday night when Hamlin got hurt, died on
Mm,
the field. That was the second last week, and that was a Monday nighter. So they must have one more. Season's ending. Feels like it's ending earlier this year.
there's still 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's 2 weeks, not 1 week. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a Monday night. Lions, Niners.
Yeah,
Spread's only
but
3.5. Seems short.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, in San Fran, what's San Fran playing for?
Nothing. Their quarterback sucks. I mean, that whole team, the coach, I don't know. I mean, you go to the Super Bowl a bunch of times and never win. I guess it's,
Twice
yeah.
in a much weaker conference.
Not this year.
I don't
Not
know. We
this
just
year.
I mean, you think our team sucks, and we just beat the favorites on the road 8, 10 days ago. People forget about that.
They
Yeah,
had
short
they had 12 players on defense out. They were
is
playing with like
many.
four defensive players in the game, I feel like.
Isn't that how many we have out? Didn't they just win a game by 20 this past weekend? The
Against the
people,
Bears. That's not an NFL team.
dude, short memories. People have short memories. NFL fans and media, short fucking memories.
Uh,
It's like all that matters is what happened like in your most recent like draft or nothing. It's like it's crazy.
who? So you think that the Steelers and Texans are better than Green Bay and Minnesota?
Texans are garbage. Steelers, Minnesota would be a good game. Uh, Green Bay is better than Pittsburgh though. But I think Minnesota, Pittsburgh would be a pretty good game.
And then who's the other wild card?
Washington.
Oh, Washington. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think like yeah, the wild card teams, you can make an argument, but just like the top of the count. I mean, look at the quarterbacks in the NFC. Goff. I mean, Hurts is concussed.
You just said they're the best team in the league, didn't you?
No, you think they are
The Lions?
people ever? I mean, the Lions are still. Most people would think they're the best team in the NFC. I think right now, especially given
Mm,
that the Eagles just lost.
10 weeks ago they were.
They who's so okay? The Eagles lost. Yeah, Hurts got hurt, but they still scored plenty of points. They
Yeah.
still scored 33 points. So I'm not going. So if Hurts plays, what are they scoring? 36. They
Well,
scored
maybe
plenty
the
of points.
defense is, I mean, that's psychological too.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree there. So who's the best team in the NFC then? Philly.
No, it's probably the Vikings.
Okay.
But no one wants to say that because no one wants to give my boy Darnold any credit.
The
Uh,
Vikings are good, but they just needed a last second touchdown to beat Seattle, who we beat by like 20 something.
yeah, and we lost to the Rams. I mean,
You
it's
know, just well, the Rams are 9-6.
well,
Point
the
being
NFL,
is,
it's basically the Chiefs. I mean, it's just the Chiefs are going to win. So I don't even know why we even are talking about why anyone even pays attention. I
yeah,
mean, does anyone honestly think that somebody other than the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl? I
I
don't
think
think.
the Bills or Ravens can blow Kansas City out if they
Well, I mean,
I,
that's you because you
if
are.
the
I
Ravens or
don't know if you're
Bills have
lying to
their
me or lying to yourself.
no, if the Bills or Ravens play their best game offensively, I don't think Kansas City can keep up. I just don't think they're as good.
They
But
look they look great with they got all their guys back.
did you
They got
see
two
they
guys that
haven't scored 30 points this entire season. They're dude, did you see that stat? They're
they didn't yesterday.
no. They won 29-10. The
Oh,
Chiefs, well, I'm just saying. The Chiefs this season are what's their record? 14 and
15
1,
and
whatever.
15 and 1.
Okay, so before now they're 15 and 1. In I'm gonna fuck this up now. They gave the
I know.
record for all they showed the record for all the teams that haven't scored 30 points this season. They're like 15 and 1, and the second best team was 3 and 11.
Yeah, I wonder if that has to do with coaching.
I'm sure it has something to do with it, but they also know you cannot. Okay, they're
We all know they got lucky for 6 weeks, but
right.
now they're not like they were 4 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
they're not, but they still both things can be true where they shouldn't be the one seed. They should be like 11 and 4 right now. Or 11, 10 and 5, whatever the hell. 5 and 11 and 5. But because they got so lucky, like they're 15 and 1 and it just like inflates how good they are. Yeah, they're playing better now, at least this past game, but I don't think anyone's like super impressed of beating Houston Texans at home by 8 when they're what everything that happened in the second half and they fell apart. Not to mention the insane calls they got as usual, but I don't think they can keep up with the Bills or Ravens if they play their best game. But does that mean that the Bills or Ravens are going to? Like,
No one's
I
going
don't
to
think
count on the Ravens or Bills to not choke like they always
Kansas
do.
City's got a higher floor, and they're not gonna. Yeah, like Kansas City's not gonna play like a terrible playoff game, but like Lamar Jackson, can he play a terrible playoff game? Yeah. Can our defense like literally no show? Yeah. But if they don't, if they play their best game, then I don't think Kansas City is going to beat them. So that's just what they got to do. I don't know. I don't think KC, Bills and Ravens are better than KC if they show up. Better significantly. So
Significantly.
Yeah, but I mean, our defense is a problem, and
Who on Baltimore's defense is good? Their defense isn't good. I mean, they did just shut down Houston, although I feel like Houston they like self-destructed. I watched some of that game. Houston is just
I don't know
I,
how much they care either. Like they're not. They won their division 2 weeks ago too.
yeah, and they can't really move.
I mean, they if they beat Baltimore, they could have gone to the three instead of the four, which I guess is important because then you would avoid Baltimore, where you have to beat Baltimore at some point eventually. So you either beat them now or in the playoffs. But regardless, it's I don't know. You clinched your division 2 weeks ago. Not sure how much you're dying to win or going all out. Baltimore is still playing for their division. Still is
Yeah,
even this week.
it's a bit of a different mentality, but I just don't. I see Houston. Stroud just he looks aloof. He doesn't like. Not, maybe it's good that he doesn't get rattled. He doesn't get high or low, but he just kind of has like a blank look on his face all the time.
Well, you know what happened. They lost your boy Diggs. If they had Diggs, they'd be
Well, I
none of
mean
this would be
that's
happening.
obvious. If my I don't have an MVP vote anymore, but it would have been for Diggs. Yeah.
Lost that. Man, why'd they take it from you? That's too bad. If
Well,
anyone's just deserving of one, it's
political.
you.
It's political, but yeah, I
I think
watch
it's
more
political.
NFL than most people. So yeah, we get.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we have Amari Cooper. He has what, 2 targets this month?
You hear Allen in his presser. You think it was an excuse, or you think it's reality, or both?
What, he has a broken hand. He
No,
leaks
when
it
he
to
was
the.
like, we're trying to toe the line of like, he basically
Oh,
said
not
we're
show a
like,
lot. Yeah, I
he's
did
like we're
hear that.
trying to win, but we're not, which I think is like obviously what they would be
I
doing,
think
but
he was
like,
just shitting on the Patriots, is what he's doing, which is funny to me,
yeah.
which is
Well,
what I would do.
I mean, I think it's true. Probably, I was, I guess, I don't know. Surprised to hear him say it in the press conference, but like, yeah, you're not gonna go all out to beat New England. Anyways, I'm sure they're saving. Hopefully, they have plans for Cooper in the playoffs because we haven't really, except for the what was it, the Lions game, he had 14 targets, or maybe the Rams game, he had 14 targets,
Yeah,
but
yeah, and
I don't
the
know.
Bills this division is. I mean, the Patriots are they're gonna keep the coach. I think we talked about it last week. I mean, they're they can't fire the coach. I don't think. Maybe I don't think
He
so.
had a real bad punt in the Bills game. Can't remember the exact situation, but
It was 4th and 6 at like between the 40 and 50 in the fourth quarter, down 10.
yeah,
Yeah, they said it was one of the weakest punts, since like they kept track of the stat.
yeah,
I mean,
especially because we weren't stop doing well stopping them on third down. So
yeah, it's 4th and 6, and you're down 2 scores. I mean,
yeah,
you don't really, especially who you're playing against on the road. You're on the road against a good offense. I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta go for it. But I saw some bad punts yesterday too.
Oh,
Houston punting. I think it was in the late second quarter, 4th and 2.
yeah, 4th and 2 it was 17-2. They were on
I
the
had big
opposite
money on
side
the
of the fifth.
under, first half under. I was sweating that. I was thrilled that they punted.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, some bad ones. But I don't know. They went the previous possession. They went for it on 4th and goal from like it was 10-2,
Yeah,
and they went for it on 4th and goal from like the three.
I didn't like the play they did either. But
Yeah, they threw that like swing pass short of the goal line.
so then you have the Jets this week. I fucking hate the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. And I mean, Aaron Rodgers I've always hated, and I haven't liked him since.
Yeah, so I think the one thing you've ever been right about was him.
I guess I liked him at Cal maybe, but
You were all over him in '08. I don't even know how he like hadn't even played yet. You're like this dude's a loser. Like what?
well, you gotta watch, you gotta know ball. But
Yeah,
the thing is that he's covered. I mean, it's like clickbait stuff that oh yeah, we'll just get more clicks to get people to talk about it, respond, engagement farming. But
Yeah.
why is he still covered all the time? Like they're 4-12, 4-11, whatever they are. They're worse. They fire their coach and they get worse. The defense is a joke.
I have no idea, man. I he want
Even and the receiver is bitching. He's yeah, I want more targets.
Dude, come to Buffalo, Garrett. I'll take that, dude. We'll take Garrett, both Garretts this offseason.
Who's the other Garrett?
Wilson and Miles.
Miles Garrett.
Oh yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know who has an appetite for Rodgers. That dude is exhausting. Uh,
Well, and then there's always people just talking about him, but I mean, it would be funny if he went to Minnesota. Say they trade, or no, the Jay McCarthy's not ready, and he goes to Minnesota. I mean, that I would start rooting for him then. Actually, I mean, that's funny enough. But I
yeah,
don't know. I mean, that's a weird thing with Minnesota. That's a very they're gonna have a very interesting offseason. I mean, I didn't like JJ McCarthy coming out of Michigan, but some people did, I guess.
they gotta just go with McCarthy.
But he might not be ready for the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I don't know what his injury situation is going to be. You cannot pay Sam Darnold like. I mean, I guess if you can get like
I mean, he kind of proves the point of you can sort of find a guy, but there was something
a
about
Mayfield
how,
contract, Mayfield type
yeah,
contract.
there's something about how there's only been like four quarterbacks that have thrown for over 3,000 yards at when they've been on their third team. I mean, it was kind of an obscure thing, but some of these guys, I mean, they bounce around a little bit, and then like Geno Smith, him, Baker.
Yeah,
All these guys
yeah,
are in drafts that the Bills drafted quarterbacks. Geno Smith's still playing.
yeah. That's crazy.
Geno or Manuel has been like an ACC commentator for like 5 years.
It seems like an eternity ago that we drafted Manuel. Literally, it was 2013. I don't even feel like Gino's that old either. Like, well, he's got to be, I guess, like early 33, 34.
Yeah, I mean, and the quarterback window, career window is so obscured by
Brady.
Brady and even Rodgers. I mean, he's 41, 42.
Yeah, he's 41, but he probably should have retired. Definitely, I mean, Brady was like in his prime at 42. But the way Gino
His
plays, he's
fifth
not
prime.
like Gino's not taking a punishment and he's not taking a lot of hits. So um I don't know. I'm glad Gino's doing good. I wouldn't mind to see Darnold have more success, and I like seeing Mayfield have some success. Like all those guys,
It's
because
the
we got a guy.
division. Yeah, well, yeah. Maybe we could trade him in the offseason. It'd be nice. But if the division is very interesting. What is going to happen? I don't see like the Patriots really with this coach. I just don't see it. So who is
No.
even going to compete with us? Even if say like this was supposed to be our down year. I mean, some people are saying, "Oh yeah, no." Most people thought that we would be 10, 11 wins.
Which is why Allen should be the MVP. Um, yeah, the Patriots, they may have a prospect at quarterback, but they are devoid of talent elsewhere.
Yeah, I
They
mean
got a lot of cap space.
they have
The
cap
Jets need to,
space, but who's going to go there? And with the coach, and
yeah.
I mean, some of these receivers, they have guys that were fairly highly drafted, but yeah, and Booty and some of those guys, I mean, they don't really do much.
Um,
Stevenson
the
fumbles it half the time he has the ball.
the Jets need to blow the whole thing up. If the Jets bring back Rodgers, that would be hilarious. I mean, who's coaching the Jets if they bring back Rodgers? And
But
then
who
Miami's like in purgatory. I don't know.
that like the GM, that GM has been there a long ass time, Greer, and
Yeah,
I mean, their year was last year, and they choked it away. And
yeah.
last year would have been so much different if if they won the division and the Bills didn't. Instead, they had to go
Yep.
to KC in 0-degree weather. I mean, that's crazy. And then you got
We
you
might have
got
had a better chance
Tua.
to beat KC. And damn, if we
Oh,
played
here we
KC in
go.
zero
Yeah.
degree weather, shit. Well, I don't think we could have been we couldn't
If only we were at
beat
home and we
six.
had the ball with 3.5 minutes left, down only three. That would
Yeah, we
be a
got into
great
field
place
goal.
to be.
We got into field goal range, which is what happens all the time. Quarterbacks get into field goal range to tie games, and their kickers make the kicks.
Well,
Like it's just come on. But anyways, we're sidetracking the Jets, Rodgers, AFC East.
I
I
just
mean,
want to
we're
throttle them. I want to just bury them and embarrass them.
so do I.
The
I really do
Jets,
too.
I'd love to just get up on 35-3 and just take everyone out and just.
Well, they're not going to have like they got injuries on defense too. I think Sauce is out. I think they have another corner out, Carter. Um, Not to mention their defense has been terrible, and I think the Bills probably have a little bit of motivation this week to have a good game. Um, they're probably thinking, shit, if we can just like dominate for a half, we get 6 quarters off
Yeah, I mean
because
they need to win the game because they're not going to want to play next week. And New England is, I mean, they barely lost to us, really. I mean,
I mean we would murder them if we had to play them again. We do you remember there was a lot of years where we would like almost beat the Patriots in the first game and then lose by like 100 the second game
yeah.
because there's like revenge fat you learn a little bit about them and you
And
just
they've never
I
been on TV. Yeah, I mean, the players, I mean, they watch film, but they watch the games and I mean, I haven't seen the Patriots on.
no
Never
we
on
would
fucking
we
TV.
would crush them. So, but yeah, I just don't want to have to play that game. I want to,
Yeah, it's basically a bye if we win this game. It's a
yeah,
bye week then.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. But I do have my worries about us being able to get off the field on third down and the Jets just having long drives. And just like last week, I mean, at one point, I think it was like 20-10 in possession, or they had a 10-minute advantage possession in the first half. Like they had the ball the whole first half, it seemed. So that's a good way for a game to stay like close and muddied up is the Jets keep the ball for, they have two straight 5 to 8 minute drives and they got the ball for, 12 minutes and we have it for two. And you look up at the scoreboard, it's 10-0. It's like, Jesus Christ. So I do get worried about that. I mean, our defense on third downs is so bad. And that's why our defense, we need all our starters out there. And honestly, I would probably play all our starters next week as well on defense,
Mm, I'm not,
especially
no.
in the back seven. You need these guys to play.
43?
Bernard sucks, dude.
Yeah.
What has he done this year? You need him and Milano need to like play together for like
How,
2 straight games.
doesn't he have like 6 turnovers?
I don't know, man. I'm watching this defense get shredded week in, week out. I'm not going to say anyone's good on the D, but these guys need to play together, and especially McDermott. It seems like there's a lot of communication that you need to be on the same page, and we got guys coming in and out, and we need our like starting defense to play together and
We need our
figure some of this shit
safeties.
out.
We need our safeties and cornerbacks to play.
Yeah, I mean,
They're all
Bernard, Milano, all these dudes,
not the
Williams,
linebackers. I'm not talking about the
Douglas,
linebackers.
uh, yeah, Douglas, Benford. I mean, if you want get Hyde out there, I don't care. Have Hyde and Rapp get a couple games together, see how it goes.
Mm,
I was
not
surprised Hyde
sure
didn't
about
play last
Hyde.
week.
Not sure about
Well,
Hyde.
yeah, I mean, I don't think that's what they're gonna do, but I still feel like why did they bring him in to be like a coach?
I guess. I don't
Like,
know.
I mean, I would let the kid play. See these
Bishop?
last 2 games. No,
Hyde, a big kid? Was he like a year younger than you?
way younger. I mean, he's younger, dude.
Mm,
We're getting
wouldn't
20.
call
We're
him
gonna
a
be
kid.
we're dude. Hyde, he's probably born in the 90s.
Mm, maybe. But so the spread's 9.5, 46.5. That total seems high.
It's supposed to rain.
High.
It's gonna be warm though.
Yeah. Tickets are still going for pretty, like before fees, they're over 100 still. Maybe
Because it's
that's like
gonna be 50
people,
degrees.
yeah, 50 and rain. Yeah, it's a real fucking walk
Yeah,
in the park.
that's pretty miserable. You're right.
Terrible. I think there's
Yeah,
probably people in town. I mean, if people still come to this town and their old parents are still living, I guess they come here. I don't know who would ever come to this godforsaken place, but people, I guess, are here. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's surprising that they're as expensive as you're saying. A little bit surprised by that, but yeah, maybe you're right. Way more people in town. hundred
Yeah.
dollars to sit in 50 in rain. That's in the nosebleeds. Rough.
Nosebleeds. Have you ever sat in the 300s? Like
Yeah, they're
literally.
great. I love sitting in. They're good. It's a good view. Yeah, I've sat in the 300s plenty of times.
Yeah,
I
I
just prefer to sit in the 100s if I'm going to go to a game.
stand the whole time. It seems
Oh,
fun.
you definitely do stand the whole time.
It seems awesome. Well, what's
Don't
your
you don't
prediction
you don't
here?
in the rock
N-
pile? You don't
I
stand
have
the
the
whole time?
first row.
Oh
I
yeah,
never
that's true.
stand.
Prediction. Damn. 20 23-10 Bills.
23-10. I'm going 21-15. I think we'll like be up 21-0, and then they'll just get a couple of garbage scores.
Yeah, that I wouldn't mind that. 21 nothing, put Mitch in fourth quarter. But
Ooh, maybe start Mitch in the playoffs. Well, contracts and stuff. I don't know.